you have the screen?
Yes, yes, if I need it. Okay. Hi, everyone. This is the first time we're doing this. It's a monthly live event that we're going to do for rtcStats. If you haven't seen us yet, check us out at rtcstats.com, where we do things for analyzing WebRTC dump files. And we're going to review what we're doing each month and the updates that we have. With me today are Philippe Henke and Olivier Agnon, I believe.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm Tzachi Levent-Levi. For some reason, I'm the speaker in these things. And Philip and Olivier are the guys that are actually coding what you're using today. Do you want to present yourselves quickly?
Yeah, I'm Philip. I've been maintaining WebRTC internals in Chrome for a couple of years now. So, let's do something better than that.
Okay. Olivier?
And I'm Olivier Anguenot. I work for Alcatel-Lucent for more than 20 years now, mainly on WebRTC stuff, because we have a cloud solution called Wembo that works on as based on WebRTC.
And I'm Tzachi Levent-Levi from Blogicme. And I guess the first thing we want to discuss is what exactly we're doing at rtcStats, because it's not exactly commercial, it's not exactly SaaS, it's not exactly open source. It's got kind of three different pieces to it. There's the open source part. One of the components is rtcStats.js, which is our client SDK. It's available in GitHub. You can go and connect that to your application. What it will do, it will siphon all of the metrics and statistics related to WebRTC from your application automatically and send it over a WebSocket to a server. Why do you want to do that? In order to monitor your application. That server is rtcStats server, another open source component that we have that you can go and install on-prem or in whatever cloud that you want and collect all of the data that you get from all of the users that you have. We decided to do it this way, first of all, because we're lazy and we didn't want to build a backend for that and deal with the databases, not the things that we do, but also because we understand that there are people that don't want these metrics to go to a third party. They want to store and maintain that data on their own or even enrich it with their own information. So we provide these as open source so you can do exactly that. The third piece, which is what we're going to show today and demo today, is rtcstats.com, where we visualize these WebRTC-internals dump files. Okay? So if you're using WebRTC, it means that you're running in the browser, and the browser collects this information into what is known as WebRTC-internals file. This is a file that you can download or ship to us using rtcStats.js. And if you do that, then you're going to land in our application. Let's give it a try. Let's show it to them.
Yes, so what we have here is the rtcstats.com interface. You have a way to upload files, and you can see all the files you have uploaded. Here we have a list from our unit testing team, which is basically things we do to make sure we don't regress in our application. And we have collected a couple of dumps with some samples, and we're going to pick one from one of the WebRTC samples and walk you through it.
Okay.
So the one we're going to look at is the too many handovers sample.
Okay, so this is actually a file that I created. I went into the pure connection sample that allows running a nice restart. I clicked the restart button multiple times. The intent there was to kind of simulate a scenario where someone moves and shifts from one network to another over a period of time. It was the easiest way to do it that way. So what can we see here?
So what we see here is basically, it starts with the meta information about the session, the start time, the duration, how long the session took, which is important. For example, if you have many short calls, they probably failed. If you have a longer call where everything worked, they're going to be longer. We see the browser you were using, Chrome 140 on Windows 10. typically that's important meta information if you have a OS-specific bug. We see here's the number of connections, which means the number of peer connection objects involved, which in this case was 2, because we had one page with 2 peer connections. And we had 4 streams, 2 outbound and 2 inbound.
Okay, can you refresh the page for me just for a second? Oh, there's a new comment that I left on the sidebar.
Yes. I mean, comments are something, I mean, we've worked on webrtc-internals dumps for years now together, and it was always like, okay, I grabbed this dump, I'm going to send it to you via email, then we're going to chat and exchange thoughts on it. And just uploading them in a single shared place where I can share a link to the dump, send it to you, and you can see my thoughts, my comments there in the context is a huge improvement to our workflow already.
Yeah, I think that what we're trying to do here is not just visualize the things that are inside the file and make them nice, but make it into a kind of a workplace where you can do the actual work that you need around the file or around the issues that you have. And that's one of the ways of doing that. Now, I think that we found another bug that we need to solve. And your user can't see the observations, whereas I can for the same file exactly.
Interesting.
So maybe I should be the one sharing this?
Yes,
instead?
probably.
Okay, so let me present.
Stop.
It would be this one. So this is me showing the exact same file. Hi there, essentially from my machine. Now you can walk us through.
Okay, we still have the same as before, the session, user agent, and content. Below that, we have the observations, which were previously missing, and we see this major priority issue. Your webrtc session appears to be running smoothly. Wait, it shouldn't say that.
It is, because it's only medium. We need to, we need to fine-tune a lot of things, and that's fine.
Yes, can you go to all, please?
Yes.
That's what we wanted to see. So in this dump, remember we had this peer connection sample, which does ICE restarts, which simulated too many ICE restarts happening, typically because people move between networks. In this case, it was because I clicked the button too often. And what we have here as an observation is too many ICE handovers, so too many ICE restarts in a too short period of time.
Now, I think before we go into that and dive into what exactly goes on here, let's show what happens in the page itself. Olivier, since you were the one that put this page together, do you want to go over the components real quickly?
Yes, we can go over each component. So first, as we said, we have the observation part that we will give later a little bit on that. Then we have the aggregation part, where we see all the stream that has been recorded here. Then we have the connection part, which is mainly the peer connection with a lot of information. Yes, exactly. The latest added is the connection status. And then we have the peer connection on the peer. So here we have a lot of different pair for each peer connection. Yes, exactly. And the next part is about the audio and video stream. So here we have 2 audio stream and 2 video stream with a lot of graph and different series that we are able to display.
I think the nice thing that I like here are 2 things. The first one is the fact that we now show only averages. So I can see everything, but then everything goes up and there's like impossible to see things. So we just by default show the average values of everything. And then Olivier, you decided to also add these 4 categories. So I can go and look just at metrics that relate to throughput, or just the ones that relate to quality or whatever it is that I'm interested in. And that makes it easier to go and drill down and understand exactly where we're looking at.
Yeah, exactly. And And then we have another component that gather all the get user media or get display media requests. So each time you access to the device you want or you change the device, so with the different constraints, for example. And after that, we log each request WebRTC call. So we have the long list of events that the WebRTC stack is able to give to you.
Okay. So I think that I want to focus today on the observations piece and what we're doing there, because this is the part that is going to be available not in the free version of rtcstats.com, but only on the ones of the, some of the professional plans that we have. So in the observations, what we do is we don't only go and show the file in a pretty UI. We actually analyze the file to find actual issues that you need to be aware of instead of going and looking in each and every part of it. So when we started here and we've seen that there is too many ICE handovers, I can click here and it will jump exactly to the specific ICE candidate pair that was connected and had too many handovers to it, right?
Exactly.
Yes, 9 handovers is too much.
Yeah. And now if I want to figure out what this is, I can just scroll down, go into the logs part, and start looking for the create offer part and see which ones of them has an ICE restart. So maybe even look for, and we can see that there are a lot of them with ICE restart equal true. Okay.
And each of these is basically you clicking the button, which causes this create offer call to be made by the JavaScript.
Yep.
In normal scenarios, it would be caused by the peer connection disconnecting and then triggering an ICE restart by application logic.
Yep. Two other things that we're doing here that are might be worth mentioning is that we always also have some informational related data or observations like this one. There is no volume on incoming audio. I was muted. Okay. But it can go and show you the affected source for that. And also the fact that we use the USB device. In my case, if I go and check, that's going to be my actual camera and my microphone. Oh, my microphone actually is USB. So these are things that give you hints about what might go wrong with your users and help you troubleshoot things with them. Okay. Anything else that we might fancy showing today specifically?
We can show how that you can share file between several people to quickly invite.
Oh, you can invite people to the account now, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
That's actually new from today.
Yeah. Exactly.
So if I go under settings for the account into the team itself, I can simply invite someone into my team. Where is it? I can't because I'm not the owner of this one. Olivia, that would be you in this case. So you're able to invite more people into the account.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess that's it for this time. And what we're going to do in the next time is show you again the things that we've progressed with in the coming month. And we've got a lot going on. Some of it is around some UI overhaul that we're going through to make the UI even simpler and better. And some of it is us preparing for the L4S event that is upcoming. And that's going to be low latency, low something, which is an initiative by the IETF, right? And there, WebRTC is going to have new metrics and new logic in the actual code. And we're going to enable and expose that as well as part of rtcStats. So see you next month.
Yeah. See you.